up, y'all?
What the fuck, man? You fucking asshole.
I already had that motherfucker going.
God damn it. He does this to me all this time.
What's up, y'all? This your boy, hey, man.
Fucking man. Well, are we cussing or not?
We gonna do what we want.
Alright, we gonna do what the Browns do. What do the Browns do?
Whatever the fuck we want.
Okay, so what the fuck's going on,
Welcome
y'all?
to Debauchery Zone, man. Hey, this is our first episode. We decided to do this while we was on vacation. Where we at, man?
We are in the Bahamas. We are at Celebration Key, Carnival's brand new island that's probably on, and we are on a family vacation for our 25th year reunion. We owe this fuck.
We owe.
Yeah, it's what's up. We don't look like it.
But it's all good. Think I should pull the camera closer? Or we good?
I feel like we good. They don't need to be all up in our nostrils.
You gonna use your outside voice?
I will use my outside voice. I don't like my voice, y'all. So I be trying to scale that shit back.
It's all good.
Because you know when you hear your voice play back, you like, God damn, what's that? Oh, okay, so yeah, I'm going to try. It's going to be a balance. But we going to be our authentic selves today like we always are. We ready to holler at y'all about some real shit.
Yeah, so we're on this balcony. It's hot.
It's hot as
But we wanted to, you know what I'm saying, have a little view behind us. I don't even know if y'all can see it. If we was actually selling, but we was waiting on, I don't think we're waiting on nobody.
We not waiting on
the workers.
We waiting on you. Hey, squirrel.
We back with another.
ADD. And you see how that ADD kick in? When you hit 40, it gets real. I used to joke about it. It's so real. We gotta reel it back in. He's my accountability partner. He's not doing too good this morning.
Hey, so what we decided to do was we wanted to put a lifestyle podcast together. If we want to call it a podcast, we can call it vlogs, whatever.
We don't know what it's called. We don't know what the hell we doing.
We wanted to do a lifestyle one because I don't think we ever see any, so we decided that we was gonna do one. And I guess we just gonna start it off by pretty much breaking down the difference between swinging and polyamory.
We're not gonna do that.
We're not gonna do that
because they don't even know who the fuck we are.
I'm Abe.
What else? Who are you, Abe?
Hey, all right, check this out. I've been in a lifestyle for, I'm gonna just say over 10 years, but super active within the last few years. I used to go to a lot of parties, kind of just chill, mingle, and just leave out with what I wanted to leave out with. I really didn't do too much playing at parties. I don't even remember who introduced me to it. I think just some Facebook groups, some freak groups or whatever. Started going to little shindigs. Then we used to go to the spot. Just a lot of
oh shit, y'all. Oh shit, that means we about to get on up out of here.
We gotta make sure nobody run into the shit.
We don't give a, hey, focus on what makes sense for you. Hey, your business.
Just the
right
people
here.
that work for Carnival. Hey. But that's pretty much, I think Facebook is what started me into that journey, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure out what's up with this lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? But what about you, man?
My name is Babe, aka Sean Janae, aka Soul Sister, aka Queen Bee. And I will be 43 in a few weeks. Shout out to my Virgos. My husband, at that point, probably boyfriend, introduced me into lifestyle. And we're going to kind of talk a little more about the lifestyle for those who aren't very familiar with it. We're kind of implied some things, but sometimes everybody doesn't know exactly what that means. And that's why we're here. We realized there was a gap in education and information, to be completely honest, on all things lifestyle. So we wanted to come here and be that for y'all because we are a couple that are very transparent. We like to share our experiences. Hopefully they may or may not help others. He said he wanted to be poly, and I was like, I ain't with that shit, cuz I'm like, you might want to find somebody else. I don't even know what that means. The shit I've seen about it, is it raining? Or is that sweat? It's shining.
As long as it ain't bird shit.
I don't think it's bird shit. Yeah, so I was just like, I'm not interested. I've only known monogamy my whole life. Whatever you're presenting to me, he wasn't even presenting the correct way. Like, no good examples, no discussions of financial wealth and community building. And so I was just like, no. And he essentially tried to dumb himself down, for lack of better words, to be with me, even though I wasn't interested. And we went back and forth like that for a while. And then one day we just woke up and I was with the shit.
She was with the shit.
And we found somebody that was with the shit and that was actually interested in both of us, which I didn't know was a thing. I didn't know what unicorns were. I didn't know what third wives were. I was totally unfamiliar. And I dug head first, literally and figuratively, into learning about the lifestyle, relationship styles, ethical non-monogamy. And so we've been in the game this is our 5th year, and we've been together for the last 10. So for the most part of our relationship, we've been exploring this. So again, we just wanted to share our experiences in a more formal, informal setting like this. People ask us all the time about our lifestyle, and we not gonna put some sugar on the shit so you can think it's something other than shit. We just gonna tell you like it is. So we are here to answer any questions and to kind of talk about the shit. So y'all become more familiar.
Talk about
Have some fun. Talk about people who are in the lifestyle, people that are not. You'll see some of those later. But so bring it to you. For the most part, we got married in 21. So we are about to celebrate our 4th year wedding anniversary. Are you throwing up? Nigga, I would throw you out this balcony and you ain't got to worry about no more years. You want to do that?
Yeah, no, I'm playing.
No. Hey, next. Hey, follow your little outline. See what's next. What's next? Come on, man.
She called, y'all.
Yeah, don't be judging when we have to, I already talk shit.
That's why they call her an asshole.
They call me an asshole. So that's kind of our brief journey into our background with the lifestyle. When we do say the lifestyle, we really just we mean anything that falls into ethical non-monogamy. Ethical non-monogamy is anything that is not monogamous, number one, and anything that is not ethical. That is ethical. If it's not ethical, that's not what we do. So when we say ethical, essentially, my husband and I will always have consent and communication about any activities that we are doing, any people that we are seeing, or that are seeing us, or any people that we are doing to. Essentially, the ethical part just comes in where we know about it. Don't come tell me y'all seen him at Cheddar's with the girl because I made the date with him and the girl to go to Cheddar's. So don't come tell me that.
Mind your business.
Mind your business. I'm 99% aware.
A lot of people just don't mind their business.
They don't mind their business.
That's all it is to it.
What we eat don't make you shit, and vice versa. So we kind of subscribe to that lifestyle. But essentially, ethical non-monogamy is anything that falls under that umbrella. We have polyamory, we have polygyny, we have solo poly, we have BDSM, we have swinging, we have quite a few different things that just fall into this massive umbrella that just means we are ethical, which means we communicate, and we are non-monogamous, which means it is not just him and I together. So you may have heard any of those terms. We just kind of want to dive into them a little bit more so you are more educated. We are here to answer questions, to talk about it, tell you how we done failed, how we done succeeded, and what works for us. And of course, what works for us don't work for y'all. But that's why we're here.
I think most people hear about those main two. Swinging and poly.
Swinging and poly.
And when they even think poly, they probably thinking more of polygamy.
Right.
Or polygyny. Like, they don't even know, they only think about the marriage part.
And what is polyamory? Is that?
I mean, it's multiple loves. I mean, I would, when I break it down to people, I say swinging, we can just do it like this. Swinging, sex.
That's pretty much accurate.
Poly can be sex, but it don't have to be sex at all.
Correct.
So it could be total opposite. It can, so I mean, I feel like a lot of people are poly.
So here's the deal. I'll be 43. He's already turned 43, so he's a little bit older than me. 80s babies, 90s raised us. I had two-parent household. They were monogamous. Babe, you had a two-parent household a few times. But monogamy was essentially what was pushed. We didn't know, again, we didn't hear about poly. I think I heard about it, but I always thought one man, a bunch of women. That wasn't something I was trying to get jiggy with again at that moment. I had my mom and my daddy. That was my goals. So I never thought of anything outside of that. I want to find a mate forever. Okay, so that's what a lot of us came up with, which is why sometimes we don't know what box to check. Or I was checking this box, but realistically, I needed to be checking another box. And polyamory is multiple love, so you may not be having sex with your partner, but that's your partner. That partner generally knows about another partner because that communication is important, like we talked about before. But yeah, anytime you're talking about, you hear the word swinging, anything in that umbrella is going to be physical. It is usually solely physical, which is what the biggest difference between swinging and polyamory is. Polyamory is multiple loves, like we said, but under that umbrella you have polygyny, you have polyandry, you have solo poly, you have other dynamics too. So that's the biggest difference. Relationship-based, polyamory, sex-based, swinging. So for you, babe, do you think swinging is something we used to hear about a lot, but again, still really no context. Somebody was fucking somebody else's partner, and that partner was fucking their partner, and that's how it was. Do you still believe that that's really how swinging works?
If you was a couple and y'all both was on that, yeah, I do. I mean, because it's basically just based on that couple. Like, you can't be single and be a swinger.
Yes, you can.
What they say you can't.
No, so and that's
where everything is getting switched.
That's kind of what I wanted to talk about. Swinging is not always just two couples swapping. Swinging, if I'm solo, can be me swinging from one couple to another couple,
which is mainly more of a unicorn.
That could be, yeah. Or you could be swinging from one person to another person. It could be something where you are single, not in a relationship. I'm gonna take these off. I want y'all to see mine, so maybe I don't want y'all to see mine.
Because most swinger clubs, a lot of them won't allow single men.
A lot of them are relationship based, but
yeah, most of them are relationship based.
When we talk about the umbrella of the lifestyle, everyone is in a couple. Some people are singles, and even us as couples haven't explored some of the dynamics that you generally hear people define swinging under. So that's all I'm saying. Sometimes it's more essentially sex-based with communication and consent, and not necessarily a relationship. So
we going off of pretty much our experiences, because let's say for the most part, the average person is going to do Google.
Yeah, and when you Google, because that's what I did, because I never thought that swinging was an appropriate definition for who we are. In reality, I don't think a definition exists for who we are, because there's so many fucking definitions. And we are so many different things, and it constantly changes. But when you do see it, it's not necessarily couple and couple. When they describe it, essentially the same way when you go Google polyamory, it says a union in front of those you love, family and friends, in front of whatever deity or person you believe in, or so that isn't always necessarily a legal marriage. So you do hear people talk about having multiple spouses in a state where it's not legal, but they may have went through a workaround process in order to make those partners legally their partners. So it's just a lot of variations of it, and we're learning, but we really like continuing. When he brought it to me, he didn't know a lot about it. So I'm the nerd. I'm the one that's like, what the fuck does that mean? What does it mean for us?
She gonna dig deep into it. Like,
I'm gonna get familiar.
Like most people, we're gonna say, most guys, let me say that, like most guys, when they say they want poly, it's just we never read up on the definition, and then all we know is that you're gonna have more than one partner.
Yeah, and that was then sometimes with women who are bisexual, and that's another thing that's, I think, really is something important to think about with women that are bisexual, we may want to physically be involved with another woman, but we may not want a relationship. And if I can think of back, that's probably because I never saw it myself. I saw a woman and a man together, get married, have children, raise this family. I never saw a woman. In the 80s, that was very unlikely. I never saw a man and a man have a family. I think it became much more progressive in the later years, but initially I was just saying I would physically be interested in women, but I wouldn't want a relationship with them. I wouldn't want to be dating a woman, holding hands and kicking cans, and here I am, the gayest motherfucker you done ever met, with my black pride and my rainbow everywhere around me. But things have definitely changed. I eventually would like a wife for us for multiple reasons. So I've come a long way since 2017, when I was like, fuck you. 1927. Hey, I'm an OB. I don't know what year it is. What's going on? Man. We out here. Okay, so we kind of really just broke that down, because swinging and polyamory are probably two of the ones that you've heard the most under the ethical non-monogamy. So we told y'all what ethical non-monogamy is: anything that's ethical, anything that's non-monogamous, and then the swinging, which is essentially sex-based, and then the poly, which is essentially relationship-based.
So let's put, when people think of poly, all they think about is everybody fucking everybody. As soon as you come to the party, I just fucking everybody. Like, no, man, poly is whatever you and your partner decided y'all dynamic was gonna be within them parties. You know, some people don't like to.
Wait, so you crossing over? Because usually you won't find anything about a poly party. You're going to hear something about, you're not going to hear about that generally. Anytime you hear about the LS, it's going to be more so of the other side. The poly side is where we really want to find somebody to share your experiences in your life with, share your income, increase your income, by adding another person to the household who's going to help and contribute. The thing that if you hear about parties, if you see some pineapples that are turned upside down, which by the way, Carnival banned this trip and said you can't put those upside down pineapple signs on the doors. But we got permanent tattoos, so it was pretty.
And it was still pineapples on the doors.
It was still pineapples on the doors. I wish I wouldn't have followed the rules like the nerd that I am.
Problem is, you don't know what these folks look like.
Yeah, you got nothing to do, and then find out who they are, and then you be like, never mind, I really didn't want to talk to you. That's rude as fuck.
I was just trying to see. I thought this was my cousin.
Right. Nigga knocking on the doors and shit. But yeah, so when you hear about parties, you hear about parties, essentially those are more based on the lifestyle. They're more a place to go and meet people who are on the same type of time that you're on, whatever that type of time might be. That is whether you're single. Some places, like Babe was saying earlier, they're kind of couple-based, so you might not even be able to attend unless you're with someone. If you're a single man, it's going to be much more expensive to attend, just because sometimes I believe that when you pay admission to get in somewhere, some people feel like there's obligations and that they're going to automatically get something, and that's definitely not the case. It's just really a safe space for people who don't fit inside of these normal boxes to go. And we end up providing one of those spaces because that's something we start doing too. So when you went to your first party, when do you think it was?
It was probably 2013.
Okay.
2012, 2013. When I went to my first party. And I believe it was, I want to say it was a Halloween party.
What did you
I'm not
expect?
sure. I didn't expect anything, honestly.
That's because he don't never expect anything.
Yeah, I didn't really expect too much of nothing. I already had some people that were kind of feeling me, so I feel like I could have did some things, but I didn't do nothing. A lot of times, like I said, when I used to go to the parties back in the day, it was pretty much just to show my face, support whoever was throwing the party, you know what I'm saying, by attending, just and mingling, and that was that, you know what I'm saying. I would leave with somebody most of the time, and then we would just go our separate ways afterwards. But for the most part, I didn't do any playing at the clubs or at the house parties or whatever.
And when we say play, that translates into having a physical interaction with another individual. So you might hear that a lot. So that's what play is referring to. My first party, now I did grow up, like I said, 80s baby, 90s raised me. Zane was my bitch in high school. I'm sure she shouldn't have been in high school. Right after high school, reading Zane books.
That Trio Cinemax was my bitch.
I couldn't afford that. My mom and them wouldn't let us watch rated R stuff.
That's why you wake up in the middle of the night.
Why would I have done that if my parents told me not to? I did a lot of stuff they told me not to. I tried to follow some rules. So I was also a nerd, babe. So I read books. So I like reading books, and this was a book about some shit that was exciting. So I expected. 50 Shades of Grey read that too. So going to my first event, he of course introduced me to. Took me to. I expected that some of us was gonna be hanging from some chandeliers on the ceiling, and everybody was getting but wow, and that's not what happened. What I did see though was it was a lingerie party, so I was able to come in lingerie. I was comfortable with my body, and I got to see other women doing the same.
She liked to be naked.
I definitely don't like clothing, for sure. Putting these on for this was extremely difficult for me. But yeah, so I expected to see a lot that I didn't see. I expected to see playing everywhere, and I didn't see that. But I did have a level of comfortability because I was there in my skin, and I enjoyed myself. And we didn't play when we were there. I actually don't think we saw anybody play either. And
yeah, a couple hit on you though. You always get hit on.
that was not the first party. That was not the first.
No,
a couple did hit on us the first party.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, they hit on us kind of afterwards, but yeah, and it could be a little bit awkward, you know, based on what you're looking for, based on who's there, on whether or not you accept an invitation or not. But consent is key. So you ain't fuck with nobody who don't want to be fucked with. And then communication is key too. Hey, I'm not interested. Ain't no sense of lying and avoiding hurting feelings. Just let people know what you want. So yeah, I went to quite a few parties after that, and I always expected. I started becoming more and more comfortable, but I still wasn't seeing what I wanted to see, which was everybody getting in there.
Everybody getting in.
They wasn't getting in there. So
some parties can be very slow. We've noticed a whole lot because a lot of parties, people are worried about what everybody's gonna think. You got some people that are new and they're just there just to see what goes down. Some people are nosy. So,
what color, generally? What color are the people who tend to care more about what?
Our color. We give a
the
fuck
melanated
about.
kind.
And that's with anything in life, man. Like shoes, clothes, anything. Black folk always worry about the next person.
Worry, for sure.
My advice when you go to these parties, get out your head. Because they in there for the same everybody is in there for the same reason. Even the ones that's just trying to be nosy. They want to live that. They want to live this life. That's why they're there. You're not going to pay. Most of the guys are going to pay more money to get in. These guys ain't there just because they want to look. You know what I'm saying? They ain't just trying. And then there's some of them that might want to just look because that's what they are.
Because there's an app for that. It's called Voyeur or something.
Yeah, they're going to get in there. They're going to watch. They might sit there and do whatever they're going to do. But we want to call that a kink.
That is a kink. Voyeurism is definitely a kink. Being in the exhibitionist is a kink. So you can watch, you can perform, you can. There are so many, and it just kind of depends on what you're interested in. But yeah, oh my God, my mama watching, but then my mama already know I'm crazy. So surprise.
Hey, mom.
So I'm just kind of really getting familiar with everything. Like I said, we would go to these events and we wouldn't see what I wanted to see. So eventually we started having events that were the type of events I wanted to go to. So we set a precedent. We set the precedent that you're gonna come, we're gonna give you these rules, we're gonna reiterate what this is all about. We're gonna follow those rules, and we're gonna hold everyone else to that same standard. We're gonna have a good fucking time. If anyone has been to Debauchery Zone with R&APlayground, we have fun. There's like another tribe of people. I think that's what I wasn't really looking forward to, like another set of people that are just like you. But yeah, so we kept going and we kept going and we kept supporting and we kept seeing these different things, and we start traveling, doing these different things. And generally, for the most part, if you are attending anything that it has our people there, they're worried. Now, if you go and you see some people that a little lighter tone than us, they ain't thinking twice about it. Nah, they are there for what they're there for. They're there to have a good time. They gonna talk to you, compliment you. We gonna be drinking and had libations or poured, and smoke is in the air, and we're just providing a safe space. And that's, if we're not providing it, we want to go to somewhere that provides a safe space. With the Diddy trial and a lot of things like that, you hear like people getting DD'd and this baby oil. And like he said, when he first started learning about it, it was a Facebook group, what they call it, a fuck group, freak group, just people who like being freaky, which honestly for us has always been shunned. Being a whore as a woman, liking to have sex with multiple men, you're a whore. You know, a man doesn't necessarily get that same stigma associated with them, but this is like a place where you can let your freak flag fly. You can be who you want to be and see who you want to see, and nobody really judges you. And if they're judging you, you can judge them because they're in the same place that you're in.
So our party was your first like party that you felt, okay, this is what I've been waiting on? No. We actually, my 42nd birthday, we traveled to Denver, Colorado, and a friend of mine told me about a lifestyle resort that Denver had, and I was super excited to go because that friend told me that they were doing the things that I expected to see in any other party. So booked a flight on Frontier Airlines, fucking $35 round trip, packed a bag, and we went for like, it was 36 hours. We weren't even there for 2 days. We weren't even in Denver for 2 days, and I had a bucket list of places I wanted to go. I found a black-owned brewery, a black-owned dinner restaurant, a black-owned bar. Went horseback riding for the first time. And we went to this resort, and you walk in, and they tell you to pick a color. They have these bands, and you pick this color of what type of person you're interested in, or whether or not you're interested. It was a lot of colors. It was a lot of colors. Are you looking for a couple? Are you the unicorn? Are you a man seeking a man? Are you a woman seeking a woman? Are you someone who is not binary seeking someone else who's not binary? And it was a pool. It was just a pool. Instead of staying at the resort, like getting a room, you could just get a day pass. So we grabbed the day pass, and they was doing what they was supposed to be doing, y'all. It was, nobody was worried about what anyone else was doing. Everywhere you look, like the ambiance was crazy. It was just one of these parties for us, even when we don't engage, even when we don't play. We go home, and our sex life at home is amazing just because I feel like it kind of gets your endorphins going just being in that environment. It definitely still does something for you.
Yeah. Like, so some people say, well, I've never been, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. This is some kindergarten shit. You learn in kindergarten, don't touch some shit that ain't yours. Don't touch somebody who didn't tell you that it was okay to touch them. You can go and you can observe and you can be in the space and hopefully feel that you're around some people who aren't judging you and you can be who you want to be.
Let me give a little advice to the fellas. Don't be weird.
Man, how difficult is that, baby?
Hey, honestly,
to be in a room full of women who are scantily clad.
Think about what you're gonna say before you say it.
That's weird. Oh, let me contemplate what I'm gonna say.
It's probably better than what comes out their mouth.
So what give an example of what you think?
No, I mean, you just introduce yourself and just have a conversation. But don't make it super weird. Don't just come up to her and just pull your fucking dick meat out and think of this.
That's crazy.
And because it happens.
But again, this is kindergarten rules. Like, you wouldn't do that. Like, that's not something you would do. This is these lifestyle parties aren't an invitation for you to do what you want to do to who you want to do them to. It is a place that provides a safe space for you to do those things at. Now, however you go about doing those is totally up to you. There are so many groups on social media, Facebook. There are so many websites that have so much information and so many ways to meet these people. If you want to an event, you know people are going, somebody you're interested in, hit them up in advance. Hey, I see you're going to be at that event. I saw your picture, like your profile, you know, woo. You know what I'm saying? Don't think that you're going to go, and this is for women too. You don't just show up and somebody appears in front of you like magic. You know what I'm saying? You have to engage if that's what you want to do.
Some of these dudes might just jump in your face and be on something else.
Well, but number one, you have the right to communicate that to them. No, I'm not interested. Number two, you also have the right, if you are uncomfortable, to tell the host. If you know of anyone who's hosting parties, those people are going to probably reiterate the same things we are. I don't want someone in one of our events that is not providing that safe space. If you're making too many women feel a certain kind of way, we're gonna have a conversation with you. We will have security wherever we're at, and they will have a conversation with you. You might not be able to come back to our event, and then if it's too bad, we're gonna tell the other host, and you might not be able to show up at their events either. This community is smaller, on a smaller scale for the African Americans in our city, the larger scale for everyone else, but we all support each other for sure. What's some things that what do people ask you most about being in a life? And let's put it in there also that we started our journey into ethical non-monogamy as polyamorous, and we kind of did some dips and turns that I'm sure we'll talk about on another show on how we got to where we're at now, which is essentially hosting lifestyle parties and being on the other side of the lifestyle.
The most asked question to me as a man is, can you have sex with another man? That's all. Honestly, that's probably the biggest question a woman is going to ask a man that is, poly.
Because people assume that this is all about him.
Right.
They assume that our lifestyle is fully based on him getting needs from multiple people at multiple times.
So, as we first started, you ask your partner questions. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have conversation. Y'all be transparent of how this is gonna go, because you never know how it's gonna go, especially when you go to a party or a meet and greet or whatever it is.
So sometimes the party is essentially, sometimes you'll have events before the party. So you'll have vanilla gatherings, which just really mean people that are on the same type of time.
Barbecue,
they just want to get to know each other. That's where you get to know the people that you might be interested in interacting with.
Yeah, so even when we do podcasts, the women, if it's women hosted, they're gonna ask, can she have another dude? Because that's only.
And what do the men ask?
What do they ask? I don't know, because men don't ever really ask.
The men ask, how did he do it? I think that's the most frequently asked question from the men. How does he do it?
When people first found out the lifestyle we live, that was always the question that came to, boy, you the shit. And I just tell them, like, man, you can do the same thing. It's really just being 100. Because, like, I think I told her up front, what'd I tell you? I wanted 2 wives eventually.
No.
What did I say? I wanted a girlfriend.
No. What he said was he wanted to play with somebody, which I was fine with. But then when he said he actually wanted another girlfriend, which I was kind of curious about, but then he said it would just be his girlfriend, so it wouldn't be mine. So I would be in a relationship with him, he'd be in a relationship with me, and then he also be in a relationship with someone else. At that time, that was not something I would have ever subscribed to. So I was just like, I'm not interested. But he did tell me from the beginning that he wanted that. And then he also told me that he was basically raised to always have a spare tire. Now that, I don't know that that's very ethical on how my mother-in-law raised him, Antonio.
Moms, boy.
because outside of this relationship, generally that just meant he might have somebody else, but the person that he was with would know about that and be aware. So
I was cheating. Like a
this
motherfucker.
is his first experience to try to be ethical about it. And I'm gonna say try because I'm not about to sit here and lie to y'all and tell y'all that this shit's been rainbows and fucking butterflies. It's been crazy as fuck.
Let me say I wasn't cheating. I cheated on the last wife. It's only cheating when you're married. That's how I was raised. Let me say that.
So prior to our marriage, I guess.
Right. So my last marriage, I definitely cheated.
And you didn't tell her that you wanted more than one person.
No,
you just didn't
say anything. I just did what I wanted to.
So you didn't have the conversation with her that you had at the beginning of our relationship.
No.
Okay.
No. But after Lyric, everything kind of switched. I just didn't care no more.
Our daughter passed away.
Talking a little more.
Our daughter passed away. Actually, the first year I re-met him because we went to high school together. That's why we on this cruise. We graduated 25 years ago. So we went to high school together. We didn't really know each other in high school. Fast forward 10 years later, we're in the barbershop. 15 years later, we're in the barbershop and I see him, but I remember that he had just lost his daughter. So we kind of start connecting, but he was still married. He was separated, but he had already had a few in line. And we didn't start this off as a relationship, and I think honestly that's what helped us. So he was talking to me as a friend or a friend with benefits, and I was talking to him the same way. So there was no need to, hold back on how he really felt or what he really wanted, because he was kind of telling me like it was. And so I knew that up front. Anybody in the past hasn't experienced that with him, and again, just because we started off that way. There's nothing perfect about our journey. It's just our journey. So it's how we wanted to do it and what we wanted to go through. Now has he kept some of that behavior into this relationship? Hell yeah, he's kept some of that low-key toxicity where he doesn't understand that it is okay. And all you gotta do is talk about it. If you want something different than what we discussed, bring it back up. We'll talk about it again. But it hasn't been perfect, but it has been different for him in that he hasn't experienced that in the past, and different for me in that I've had multiple relationships as well, and I was, I'm saying, a little thought box. I've been cheating on a few Negroes before. Didn't tell them I wanted somebody else because that was unheard of. It was not unheard of that you said, hey, let me go sleep with somebody else, and I'll come back in and get in the middle. That was not heard of. So I have never had the experience that I could be who I wanted to be, and honestly, until the last 5 years, I really didn't know who that person was. So, turning 43 next month, I know who I am now.
I'm gonna answer this question.
Yeah.
So I never got to answer the question.
My bad. So he want me to take over, but he don't want me to take over. Just like a nigga.
She can still she gonna take over like they always do. But yeah. But what I was trying to answer was when you first enter this lifestyle, y'all gonna talk. Y'all gonna have these.
You should talk.
You should talk.
You need to talk.
Yeah, you should talk before you go to any party, anything. Even if it's a partner that you are going with that you only chose to go to that party with.
Right.
Ask questions. Hey, what we doing at this party? So everybody always asks me, what does she want another dude? We've talked about it, and before she didn't desire no other man. You know what I'm saying? So in my eyes, I always felt like she don't want no other dude. Eventually, she want another dude. I used to feel some type of way about it.
We being transparent, y'all.
You're gonna, hey, if you ain't never did it, you're gonna feel something. You're gonna get jealous. It's an emotion. You're human. It is what it is. Find a way to get over it, because if you want to do what you do, you gotta let your person do what they want to do too. At least experience it, because it might not be as bad as you want it to, as you thinking it's gonna be. I think the main thing is people feel like they're gonna lose their partner. They feel like, what if this partner likes this too much or likes this over me? And that's where I say we, as black folk, it could be a human thing. We always overthink. We thinking the wrong shit.
We also think we have ownership of people.
We also think that too. I don't own her. Even we married. I don't own her. She don't own me.
Yeah, this is my nigga, but this ain't my nigga. He's for the streets.
Josh trying to put me on the streets.
But yeah, people all, I ain't sharing, that's mine. I ain't is it? Do you own a person?
Let me put this out
These
there.
are my glasses. I can share them, I can't share them.
We would have a conversation. My answer now, and it took me a while because I felt some type of way. Now when I talk about it, I don't feel anything. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm secure, and I know where her ass ain't going no damn where.
Who said that?
She ain't going nowhere. And if she want to go somewhere,
bye. You gonna come back if you gonna come back. If you don't want to come back, that relationship ain't what's supposed to be for you. And it's crazy because the first time I told my mom we were poly, that was her bad. He can have somebody else, but you can't have nobody else.
oh, she can have some dick.
But I also,
She has some dick.
but I haven't. And
She
honestly,
has.
what he just described is the same thing I described when he brought up polyamory to me. Like, hell no, that's not what I want. It doesn't make me feel comfortable. There's not a thought in my head about it. But fast forward to several years later, not because he pushed me, but because it naturally progressed, it became something I wanted. So initially when he asked me, did I want another man? Oh, no, babe, love of my life, oh my God. Okay, cool. But honestly, being polyamorous just reminds you that he may not check all my boxes. Usually your partner may not check all your boxes, which is why polyamory exists. I didn't know that until I wanted a woman. I was familiar with myself enough to know that I wanted a woman, and then he will never check that box because he's not a woman. Not because he won't do anything I ask of him, just because he's not a woman. So I naturally progressed into being comfortable with polyamory. Initially, when we talked about, can I have another man? Well, if you want to, I didn't want to. But even with his answer, it was just the natural answer that he knows he should provide.
And we started doing these parties, she started seeing some dick.
I don't give a fuck
And
about
she
them
wants
dicks.
some dick, man.
Listen, I can see some dick, a big long dick on a nigga who's dusty as fuck, and I have no interest in fucking a dusty nigga. I'm sorry. It's gonna be about presentation for me, and it's also gonna be about a vibe. Now, I have understood that looking for a wife and looking for someone to play with are two totally different things. So I've done better.
She's done better.
I've done better with my requirements and my criteria.
Her requirements, y'all. Hey.
I just want a beautiful black woman, a natural, beautiful black woman. That's all I really want, y'all. But initially he said, yeah, you can do it. And then he said, no, you can. He's saying it, but he didn't mean it. In any conversation we've had as his wife, as his partner in crime, I know what he really wants. So why would I push something that he told me to do, but I can tell he doesn't want to do? I didn't push it, let it go. We've talked about it multiple times. And honestly, just on this trip is when he said, okay, I used to feel a certain kind of way when I even talked about you doing that, but I don't anymore. Now, did he tell me that when he stopped feeling up? No.
Yeah, I didn't tell her. But
No, we just brought it
like,
up.
with my boys, like.
What the, is he married to his boys, y'all?
I'm just saying, I didn't just start feeling this way.
But I am his
But
wife,
she didn't
and I
know.
was not aware that he had changed his mind on how he felt. And that just really came with time. That came with time. He knows who I love. I'm not concerned with who he's with. We've changed the dynamic 1,000 times, y'all. We constantly come back and talk to each other. How you feeling? Is this what you still want? Now let's try to change it up. If he saw somebody on his trip and he said, babe, I really think she looks good, I'd like to go ahead and go on about your business. Again, like, I'm not so concerned about him leaving. If he wants to leave me, he will do that. If someone can take my husband, he actually participated in the situation. So I don't control anything. And I just feel like sex is sex now more so than I ever had. And if that's what he chooses to do, that's what he chooses.
So let me ask you that. So our first party was the first party you played in, right?
No.
Which party?
When we went to Denver.
We went to Denver. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that was a good interpretation of how? Do you think that was like a good experience?
Actually, it wasn't that either because we went to the other party before. So
Which party?
we went to the party that was down there.
We be really high. We be drunk.
So the reason he's always wanted to host a party. I'm an event planner, so we tried to do it last year. It didn't work. We tried again, and after we had our experience in Denver, we tried again, and an opportunity literally fell in our lap for an ideal venue, perfect for what we were looking for. That was the first time, and my goal was to provide a safe space where people could do that. And also, I don't like clothes. Remember I told y'all that? A lot of these parties you go to that are not us, they walk around butt naked, like enjoying themselves. Clothing optional pools,
They don't
clothing
care,
optional
man.
parties. Like, and I feel like that's something our community doesn't really do. Not that nobody in our community likes that, but in this particular space. So I wanted to promote that. So we had a theme, everybody stuck to the theme. After a while, I just took my clothes off. Why? Because I wanted to. Because I can. Because I wanted to show other women that they can embrace their bodies, their natural, beautiful selves, however that is. And
It helped.
Yes,
It helped the vibe. It helped the party.
it set the standard that we're not here to just hang out and chill. We want to hang out and chill, but our whole life, we're here to
Let me tell you how
connect.
it is. Everybody had their wristbands on. Some of them was green.
Right. What is a wristband? You
All
didn't tell
right,
them.
check this out. So at our parties, we have 2 wristbands, red and green. I'm sure y'all know what that means. You know what I'm saying?
Go.
Green is to go. Like, I'm with it. I might not be with it with you, but I'm with it.
I'm open to it.
I'm open to it. You know what I'm saying? And after a few drinks, I might be, you know what I'm saying? It might be me and you after that. Red means I'm just chilling. I'm not doing anything. But this might turn green later. Our first party, all the reds turned green.
And it was a small party. I was like 25 people.
which seemed like it was perfect.
Yeah. Well, we didn't. I mean, with numbers, we didn't know. We didn't know what to expect. Our planned parties. This is my first party like this I've ever planned.
Because they can be expensive.
Yeah, but everyone was comfortable. That's just say it there. You came in red. You saw what was going on around you. You felt comfortable. Okay, I'm open now. So let me come take this and change it to green, and that means I'm with this shit. Again, maybe not with you because you always gotta ask first. But I feel like that was just the best successful event we've had. Like the first, for it to be our first event. Extremely successful. As people walked out the door, they asked us when the next one was. Honestly, we hadn't planned to keep doing them. We wanted to do a party. That was our goal. We did it. And then we, like, literally the next 6 months, we did a party every month. And it was what we liked because we wanted to be able to host an event that we would attend. And that's what we started doing, and that's where R&APlayground was started. I'm Rashawn, he's Abraham. We have another business that's R&A, so we just kept the party going. That's why this is the Debauchery Zone, where we're going to talk about some shit you might not have heard about before. We're going to talk to some couples. We're going to talk to some singles about ask them a few questions, lifestyle related, so you can kind of see how people react to these things. Not that it's all inclusive of everyone's opinion, but just because that's what we're here to do. We are here to talk about ethical non-monogamy and educate people about it and see what other people think about it too.
So we're gonna go to that now?
We're going to go to that now.
Be right back, y'all.
And then
We're gonna spin the block. Be right back. What up, y'all? Look, it didn't happen. We wasn't able to get no couples because we was on that cruise and everybody was too lit. We didn't get to do it. So back to the video. What did you just say?
With your dirty ass camera, how you about to check
I don't think it's dirty.
Maybe it can be clear. What I said is.
Hey, so we still on the cruise. And we just sitting here. We're supposed to be at this LGBTQ.
Because my
mixer.
husband supports my gay tendencies, for sure.
And we just sitting here watching because ain't nothing going on over there.
We're actually going to go and try to scout out somebody, but we ain't seen it.
Hey, but listen, we just sitting here, and there's people walking past, and she's just like, "What'd you say, man?"
I was very transparent. Why are you so close? I said
Because it sounds like you whispering.
I sexualize people. I am whispering because people are listening. I sexualize women. That's what I said. I sexualize women. I look at them as sex objects, although I don't want to be looked at that way. But I do. And I admit that. And so what? Fuck you. You do too. So what the fuck is the difference? I'm just a woman, so you try to judge me for the shit. But you do the shit all the time in your head.
It's
you just don't verbalize
it's a lot of
it.
ass on this boat.
It's a lot of ass. But it's asses from all ranges. So you can't just be looking at ass.
Can't just look at ass.
Some kids' asses on here, some donor ass, some senior citizens' ass. But if we were smart, we would be trying to find a sugar mama and a sugar daddy. We ain't this one though. We just here for a good time, not a long time.
No, we gotta go on one of them other kind of cruises.
The special cruise.
A special cruise to find one ring.
Find a whole
Hey, y'all see how that went, right?
It can get a little exciting. Everybody's not always on the same page.
So what I didn't ask you before we went to that segment was, what is some frequently asked questions that came your way? The most frequently asked questions. And do they come from women or men?
I don't know if it's really questions. I get a lot of people who are just essentially, like I said, we started off polyamory, so now we're not so polyamory based and more so lifestyle based. But a lot of people are just interested about the parties, knowing that we're very open. We definitely have a group just for our events that are of the lifestyle, but we also have our personal pages. People that know us know, our children know, our parents know, anyone. We are a couple that talks about
Open
things.
book.
Exactly. So a lot of people just are inquiring about the events. Even here, we've been talking about them. And I always say, just go. Just go. Know that there's no expectation. It ain't got to be our event. We will definitely recommend events or places that you can go. We have relationships with different people in different states. So we just are here to promote that. The whole thing about, whether or not I can be with somebody else, that has definitely come up. But at this point, and with me and my husband, it's like, we can do whatever the fuck we want to do. The only thing I'm going to do is run it past him, make sure it's good. Whether he's okay with it or not, he will say, usually, and it's times he will say he's okay with something that I know he's clearly not okay with it. And as a wife, for me, that's still not a go. That's still a red wristband stop. It ain't happening. I don't care what's coming out your mouth. I can tell what your energy is saying to me. You're not good with it. So we're not gonna push this until you are. And the thing about the men, me being with another man, is one of those things that I'm not about to keep pushing. It's not worth my marriage. Now the principle is important for sure. It's the principalities. But now as far as our communication, we'll just go back to it. We'll talk about it. If it ain't working at that moment, we'll go back to it. We know that nothing's more important than us. And as long as we're on the same page, we can do this. It's been times when we haven't been on the same page and we had to put a pin on anything lifestyle related because we needed to get back to who we were in our foundation. Because if it's rocky, I would say, like, people that are interested in knowing about it, like, if you see your partner, like, talking to someone else and get any type of jealousy feeling, or maybe somebody flirts with your partner, those are telltale signs that this might not be for you. If a woman walks up to the club and hugs him and doesn't hug me, it's not nothing I'm getting upset about. If he needs to introduce me to that person, he will. If he doesn't, then I'm not bothered, because that just tells me that's not somebody worth introducing to his life. But most of the people that we are around are very respectful of us and each other. So if they come up to me, they're definitely going to greet my husband. But in knowing that somebody may not check all your boxes, a lot of people, get real angry and now you can't talk. Well, that might not be the person for you to explore this lifestyle with.
I'm reel it back in. Alright.
Is that a fishing pole?
Yeah, I just got my hands full. Let me ask you a couple questions.
Yes, sir.
Right?
This weather feels amazing, y'all.
Yeah, it feels
at first, but it kind of moved.
Hopefully y'all can see it. I mean, I know y'all can see
Yeah,
the water,
y'all can see the water. We'll do a panoramic view before we leave. But yeah, okay, I'm ready for my question.
Okay, so name me about. Actually, just name me one because I want us to speed it up.
Okay, because we talking.
Yeah. So what are some red? What is a red flag? Something to avoid in. I would say not in the poly, not in the poly side, but let's say at a party.
Okay. A red flag will be someone who touches you without consent. And honestly, as silly as it sounds, you shouldn't touch anyone. Like, even this is a touch. And if you, as a woman, are scantily clad, if you have lingerie on, if you don't have any clothing on at all, a man touching you without your permission, even if it's somewhere that is not one of your no-no parts, it can make you uncomfortable. So I definitely, and I felt that as a person at a party and not really knowing if someone had an ill intent, and it just makes you uncomfortable. So I would say if someone can't talk without their hands, that definitely is a red flag, unless that's something you guys have agreed to.
Okay. Two more.
Okay.
Two more questions. How do you find people or communities?
Facebook, man, is an incredible place. I always believe in social media as a place to help find anything, to be honest. There are so many groups.
And there's apps and sites.
And there's websites. How did you... Yo, you just asked me a question.
My bad, no.
In the midst of me answering the question.
I feel like you was about done.
No, I was not. I was about to talk about the sites and the apps, y'all.
The what?
The sites and the apps.
Yeah.
No, good job. We'll include some of those in our description just for your reference. Create a free profile. Post a couple of pictures. Get to know people in your city, out of your city. Find events, attend them. Ask questions. All of the above. He just be worried I won't stop talking. I know how to reel this shit in.
Okay. Last one. I'm trying to think of which one is going to be a good one that people need to know. How do you talk to your partner about opening up?
Yo, man, this is not rocket science. You hear me? It's not rocket science. If you're scared, go to church. It's not rocket science. If you cannot talk to your partner about things that are important to you, I hate to tell you that might not be the partner for you. If you have a problem talking to your partner about how you feel, that's going to be a problem, period. But if you have a relationship where you can open up and be transparent without fear of rejection, or you might get rejected. That's a possibility. Keep that in mind. I rejected him the first time, you know what I'm saying, and it took us years to progress. The thing about it is he didn't push it, and I naturally progressed. But just talk. The fact that from the beginning he told me that he always gonna have a spare tire in his trunk. He told me he didn't want to be one woman for the rest of his life. And he told me he was interested in polyamory, so none of it was a surprise when he saw a woman that he was interested in. It just made sense. So I just say talk, and if you can't talk, then this is not going to be a good lifestyle for you, because it's constant communication. In the years we've been doing it, we have had to come back to it all the time. If we're dating someone, we have to come back to it constantly to see how we're feeling about it. If things change, maybe we are going to be open. Maybe we switched it to we're not. Like, it's constant change. So just communicate. If your partner says, hell no, that's up to you to deal with. I don't encourage, if you feel like you're polyamorous, I don't encourage you being with someone who's monogamous, because it always turns into a shit show. You get people who try to be polyamorous or non-monogamous for their partner, and it just becomes uncomfortable. It creates a lot of resentment, and we've watched it happen. And if at any time either one of us don't want to be in the lifestyle no more, we're going to have to talk about it. But we're going to talk. I can't be scared to ask them a question when I don't know what the answer is. And if you think you know the answer, maybe that's not the person for you.
Sounds pretty good.
Everything I say sounds good.
Hey, if our audio's messed up,
We don't know what the hell we doing.
It's because I forgot to bring the microphone.
And we're not doing it again. So
Yeah,
y'all just gonna turn the volume.
Just turn it up. I'm gonna do my best when I edit this thing. If I'm gonna edit, I might put this thing out drop, but I might edit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to turn that volume up. It might even sound like we in a
Ocean
in a box, like with the echo on and stuff,
Oh, okay.
like a little tin can. You know what I'm saying? But Debauchery Zone.
first episode.
Y'all can hit us up, ask us some questions because we do want to put some segments in here. Some anonymous. You can give us some stories, something that happened to you. We'll read it anonymously. We'll answer your questions on here. All y'all gotta do is hit us up.
We just want to engage. We just want to educate. We just want to talk about it so more people can know about it. You constantly kind of hear. I think that one of the big things that happened when we became out as a polyamorous couple is, oh well, that couldn't be me. I could not let my husband do that. I would not let my husband do that. But I think the problem is nobody asked. Nobody asked you what you would let your husband do. I'm just sharing what me and my husband do because I feel like there's a lack of that in our community. And it's real shit. It's real shit. Everybody does not want to be monogamous.
And we don't care what y'all think.
We don't give two flying fucks what y'all think. But we also love y'all. So the ones who love us back, we want to help y'all in y'all journey just like somebody came and helped us in our journey. So yeah, definitely want to engage, share stories, and answer questions, all of the above. We want y'all to like this video. We want y'all to subscribe to our page. We want y'all to share this video. We want y'all to comment.
All
You're
the
so
above.
whack.
All
of the above.
You know what I'm saying? Find me on Facebook at A.Brown. Are we gonna have our...
I'm Sean Janae on Facebook. I don't accept friend requests from people I don't know, but you can follow me. We might, I don't know. People tell us we should create a page, and y'all, we ain't got no time. We literally are working on vacation. This is work.
What I was gonna say, I'm gonna take it back real quick. The best time to have the conversations, I would say in the bed, but I'm gonna say too, in the bed, when you're on the road, like a road trip, when you're driving. Ain't nobody running from them conversations at that time. Because I think that's when we had our first
But
conversation.
we don't want to corner nobody in. You be on the highway, they be wigging out.
Hey man, that's the best. Motherfucker gonna answer
We
the question.
definitely, he told me about the spare tire on a road trip. He had told me about the polyamory. You told me that at home.
When you in the car with somebody for over 5 hours, man, y'all can talk about everything.
No, you can't because we can talk about everything. People, babe, everybody ain't like us. That'll fuck up their whole
Hey,
trip.
find your person, man.
I found my person.
Find your, you can. We out, y'all.
Hey, bye from the Bahamas.